All right, I'll push.
Push him, push.
Yep. Listen to the sound of those bearings.
Oh yeah. Righto, that'll do. Oh, there she is in all her glory. What's that?
Pop the hood.
Yep.
Oh, I hear the click. Okay, that sounds promising. I'm actually a little bit hesitant to put my fucking hand in this thing.
It's been washed, so I've given the car a wash, so there's no spiders or nasties in there.
Okay, now.
Oh,
there. Ladies and gentlemen, an R31. Wow. Okay.
All right, Sheldon, so mate, we've done a walk around of the car. You've seen what we're working with now. We've just popped the bonnet and there's more issues under the bonnet than you can poke a stick at. But our biggest problem today is whether this engine is a viable engine. So what I want to try and achieve today is to see if we can get it cranking.
Okay.
See if it's got spark.
All right.
I'd love to get it running. And if we can't, then we suggested maybe giving it a clean out and having a look at a few of the other bits and bobs. So stay with us,
always
team.
bring me around for the good jobs.
Yeah, well, mate, it's, you know, without the plebs down the bottom, we can't build an empire, so you know what they say. But what we'll do, mate, is we'll just see if we can get the engine turning. I've got some oil there and a few bits and pieces. We're not going to worry about getting new leads and all this sort of stuff because we don't know if this engine needs to come out. You know, we don't know what state it's in.
Right.
So let's just do the basics.
All right. So basics, we take a look at it and think and look and see what we need. So start from the front and work our way back.
Yep. So let's coolant, oil. We'll check the rotor button.
Hang on, before we get to coolant, starting from the front and working back. Shout out to Reg.
Yeah.
Shout out to Reg.
Reg Hunt. It does actually. That's a good one. It does have a badge on the rad support panel here. It's what does it say? Reg Hunt.
Distributed by Reg Hunt from the 77 Nepean Highway, Elstonwick, Melbourne.
So Melbourne, my part of the woods.
Ugh.
No, I lived there when it was cool, so it's different. But anyway, if anyone knows about these Reg Hunt tags and what that might signify, let us know.
Too much. Take it away.
A little more.
Okay. Ready?
Yes, mate.
You want to call action?
No. Not wanting to pull the piss, but it's going to be a long day if you can't pop a bonnet and do a radiator cap.
Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, yeah?
What's up?
Yeah. What the f...
There you go.
Okay. Can confirm there is a no coolant in there.
Righto.
It has a distributor and there are leads on it. I assume there's a button in there. We don't know. We'll find out. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Right, there is some on it. Right below low.
Yeah.
You tell me if it was worthwhile doing.
But it looks very clean.
Oh yeah, that's fit. Yeah, clean.
Well, not the cap, but those rockers, they're actually really dry and clean, which is weird because if that's been running, that would be at least oily. Who knows? See if we can get the crank turning with a shifter.
Right.
Just put a socket on the pulley.
Yep.
And then we'll just put some oil in it and see if we can circulate a little bit of oil through it.
That's good.
And then what we might do is just pull the rotor button out or one of the plugs off so that it doesn't fire.
Yep.
We'll see if we can just crank it with the key. So we just circulate a bit of oil that way.
Yep.
And then we'll check for spark. And then I reckon we're going to have to probably look at the fuel tank sitch too. Because this is an EFI engine, so we can't just have our little bottle feeding it in. We need pressure. So I reckon if we're going to, any hurdle today, I reckon it's going to be the fuel pump in the tank, either being
and the
dead,
12 tons of rust that's going to be in the bottom of that
So that's
tank.
going to be our big drama today. That's actually, I'm turning that by hand. There we go. Take the airbox lid off.
Fine, clearly.
But you haven't got through it.
Oh, yummy.
Mice have had a field day in there. Sheldon's just ducked into the shed to grab the oil, and I've got one of these sitting there. Now this isn't a genuine vintage one. It was actually given to me as a promo thing, but the concept of the glass jar at the servo. Now, Sheldon, what these actually are, they're pretty cool. Back in the day, when cars ran on petrol and the oil that was in the engine,
right,
you'd pull into the servo, they'd have a rack of all these, and you'd literally fill up your car, you'd pour your fuel, you go into, hey man, I used a quart of oil.
Huh.
So these were commonplace. These were a common sight back in the day at service stations, and they kind of, I remember in the 90s as a kid, they'd still be about, but that's what they are. So,
there you go.
and now they're just like a cool collectible piece of automotive memorabilia. Factory terminals actually look pretty clean. You don't have to sit in it, but you will be the first person to sit in it. You're in Nooch.
Yep. All right. Moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we go ignition on. Oh, something moves.
Something's out.
Park brake is on. All right, cranking.
Pleasantly surprised there.
I'm going to be out so much money at the end of the day if it keeps up at this
you've
rate.
got to
I've got to stop making bets. There's a bit of a delay between.
I mean, the contacts are probably all dirty.
Yeah.
Righto, mate, crank it.
3, 2, 1. Try again. 3, 2, 1.
Yep. The Skyline cranks, which is a good sign. There's clearly some sticky solenoid somewhere because it's about a 2-minute delay between you turning the key
Ignition on
and the current getting to the motor. But we've got an engine that is turning over on its own. It's got oil. So let's see if we can diagnose the fuel delivery. We'll clean out those air lines.
and the pause for dramatic effect.
Yeah, and then we'll see if it runs.
All right, let's do it.
Oh yeah. Do you want to undo that hose clamp?
Completely?
Yep, fair bit more. We'll slide it right out of the way before it to leak. There we go. So you just need to loosen it off so you can
See, that
see.
looks great in there.
Either the fuel tank's been drained,
Yeah.
or the electric fuel pump isn't working. So let's go to the back of the car and have a look at what's going on there. Yep, everyone knows why
The fact that it's wet. I'm gonna get you a rag, brother.
everything's intrinsically safe, Sheldon.
Just what you want from fuel.
My end is empty. What about yours? Will you get any more out of that?
I wouldn't want nothing to do with that, to be honest.
I wonder how much octane is actually left in that. That's probably going to be the least flammable fuel kicking around.
So yeah, so just talk us through what you're doing here, Scott. So you can see you've got a paintbrush and some fresh petrol in there.
Yeah, so all we're doing is there's just like all this silt and stuff that's built up on it. It's not actually not rust. It's just you can see it in the bottom of the tank here, like, or in the bottom of this. It's already coming off. So if we can clean this pump, I mean, down the track, it might be a case of we get this thing running and this fuel pump, because it has been sitting, will crap out on us in 20 minutes, half an hour, 2 days, who knows. But for today, we're just trying to get this thing running. So let's...
So this is the rescue part of the Real Steel rescue bit of it.
Yeah. I mean,
rescuing the part.
You don't take your car to a mechanic and they just randomly start working on it. So today, our goal is to find out what we do have and what we don't have and where we need to go with it. It looks in good nick. So it's just going to be a matter of figuring out if it runs. See, even that, like as soon as I put petrol on that, that all just starts coming off.
Yeah, nice.
So that's
the fuel float part of the...
Yeah, so this is your fuel gauge. So this bit here, so this, for those of you who don't know, sits in your fuel tank like that. When you fill it up, that floats, gives you your full reading. Sad face. Go get a mortgage on your house and buy a tank of fuel. So you can see the fuel line here actually. So that's where it was sitting in fuel. So it was probably sitting about there. So the pump wasn't submerged in fuel, but...
Just down here?
Yep.
All right. Ta-da!
When in doubt, give it a whack.
Hey! It's a boy!
Ooh, look at that. So all I've done here is reverse the polarity and we've got a fuel pump that pumps fuel. Let's see if it works the other way. Woohoo! Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll put together our sender unit, we'll give it a good clean. Now that I've got that all apart, I'll hit it with a brush. And yeah, we've got a fuel pump that works. Let's whack it back in the car and then we can see if we've got power going to the fuel pump. And if that's the case, mate, we've got air, we've got fuel, we've got spark. We should have an R31 Skyline that's driving soon. Sheldon, what we're going to do is, to keep it simple for the people at home, we're just going to use this test lamp. Now, I actually lost my test lamp the other day and I made this one out of an old screwdriver I had kicking about, an old bit of a bulldog clamp thingy, and that's a tail light out of a tractor actually. So basically, this is our positive probe, that's our negative probe. So earth that bad boy out, and then we'll turn the ignition on, see if we've got power at our plugs down here.
Just earth him out to this bad boy, you happy with that?
Yeah, that should be a decent earth.
Okay. All right, now what part of the...
So if we grab our plug for the sender unit.
Yep.
Yep. Now we know on that plug that our power wire is that pin there, white and purple.
White and purple trace, yep.
So that's
the top middle.
Yep. So if we reference that.
line that up with that one, so it's now bottom middle.
Yep, so it'll be one of these green wires.
Yep, so...
So you just need to probe. Ah! Oh. We'll connect the battery back up and then we'll put power to it.
Happy with that?
Yeah, mate.
All right, let's try this one first.
Righto, yep.
So that's power.
Yep.
One mortgage later. Ready?
Yep. We're getting fuel, but we can hear it splashing on the ground somewhere, so we're going to have to stick our head under the car and have a look what's going on here.
There's your problem.
Yep, there's our problem.
Hear what's wrong with it? Ain't got no gas in it.
We wanted to check if it's got an LSD anyway, so once we jack it up, put chassis stands under it, we can do that. So we'll grab the jack.
All right.
We might have to duck down to a reputable car parts store and grab some...
hop the fence at the back of the wreckers and hope for the best.
We'll see if we get some fuel line from somewhere, because we probably have to replace that. And
the
then...
neighbours, they're not using theirs all the time.
Yeah, there's a race car there we can do. Righto. Well, we actually have public liability.
Hey!
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yep, they're brittle as.
Yep.
And then that, oh yeah, I got this one. This does have a, we've just gotten back from Repco. What did we grab?
We've grabbed a new air filter. No rat's nest in this one. It's first officially donated part to the car.
Who donated that, mate?
I've got tickets on myself, so that's me. We've got a brand new inline fuel filter because all of the gunk that is in the tank, as you've seen earlier, we don't want that in the block, so get that out. And then some lovely fresh high pressure fuel hose because we like fuel going from our tank to the engine.
Yep.
So we've got that now.
Got that. So now this is the really cool part about it is the money we've just spent. It was about 80 bucks for this bits and bobs from Repco.
Don't forget a can of Coke.
And oh yeah, I did grab a check. Yep, $4 can of Coke, but Sheldon bought that for me.
Donated.
But the money that we spent was money we generated through YouTube, and then Sheldon kindly donated an air filter. So it's really cool that the community is getting involved in some capacity, be it through subscribing to the channel or in person. So mate, let's get under the car. Let's get these fuel lines connected. Let's get this fuel filter on. I made a cheeky comment in the car that we'll have this running within the hour.
Oh,
and it's now, what's the time check?
Time check, all right, yeah, I've got it as 1:45.
Righto, 1:45, start the clock, 1 hour, this bad boy is running. If I'm not back in 10 minutes.
Send search party.
Just wait longer. Are those two fuel lines twisted or are they side by side? Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just test if it pumps.
Yeah, that's right.
So connect your clamp back to the positive there, mate.
The clamps.
Yep. You want the clamps in, Bart? Yep.
Right, turning it on. 3, 2, 1.
Whee! Yep, turn it off.
All right, what's the update?
Well, there's fuel coming out, which
Nice.
is good.
So it was just not tight enough.
Well, no, we've got a pinhole just here. So we're gonna have to go get another bit of fuel hose.
Back to the reputable parts dealer.
Yep. Because that's what they're gonna be called until they...
Become a sponsor.
Back to the automotive parts store.
The non-denominational parts outlet.
But we've got fuel. Oh, yep, yep.
Yep, there's fuel in that fuel filter.
There's fuel in that fuel filter.
Whoa!
And we've got a fuel fire extinguisher.
Yep.
Go. Go, keep going. Whew, that was close. Hands up if you shit yourself. Now, this is the first time this has ever happened to me.
Ever.
And I'll admit this is my fault because I dropped the ball in terms of
Any form of safety.
well, no, it was I was paying attention to one thing, and then the pump turned on and squirted fuel everywhere, and then our jumper leads fell out of the way, and we had a little bit of a fuel fire.
Just a little one.
Just a little one. So we're still on our hour challenge, so we're a little bit behind time now. How long have we got left?
We've got 8 minutes.
We've got 8 minutes left, but we just gone down to the car store to buy some more fuel hose. But the interesting thing is, Sheldon and I were doing a bit of an after-action review because that's how you improve things.
Yeah.
And since starting Real Steel Rescue, I've been very conscious that I play with fuel and then we're jerry-rigging electricals and that sort of stuff. So what this has highlighted is that we need to figure out a better way than just our jumper leads onto the battery terminals. So that's going to be something I'm going to have to sort out. But it's interesting to note how we both reacted.
Yeah, I know we had the benefit of going back and looking at the film, and from the from the timestamp of ignition to extinguisher on the fire was 13 seconds. And in that period of time, you were able to get the camera, get out of the way, and see if you were able to, like, I don't know, disconnect fuel or ignition or anything like that. And I was able to dart over, grab the extinguisher, do a test pulse, and then get powder on the fire. And situation resolved in about 18 seconds.
Not long. But so, the lesson learned here, ladies and gents, is in my shed, I've got a little welding bay, and next to my welding bay is a fire extinguisher for that very reason, because you never know when stuff like this is going to happen. They're called accidents because they happen. They're uncontrolled, but we could have potentially lost the Skyline, and I would have had to explain why half the house was burnt down. But because the safety stuff was there in terms of our fire extinguisher, I'm not going to say what I did was right in terms of how the fire started, but we put it out, no harm done. We didn't even, the car's in good order. We've got some new fuel line. We're going to plumb it up. We've got 7 minutes left to get it running. We'll just replace all that hose. I bought enough to replace it all.
All right, cool. All right, I need a flathead. We've got to put
power.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was. Okay, not too hard. 3, 2, 1.
Just key it again. It might take a little bit for the fuel to get up. Just give it some throttle. Just hold it down. All right, close it. All right, crank it. Ooh. Yeah, they're a bit
worn.
Yeah, they're worn, but they're dirty too. Yeah, so I reckon give them a clean and then...
And the button?
Yeah, because we want to avoid taking any meat off the actual metal parts. We have spark. We're getting fuel into the engine bay, as we know. And we are also getting fuel into the injectors, and the injectors are pulsing the way they should. You can't really see it on the video, but we did test them. So the injectors are pulsing. It runs on aero start. It's starting to cough and splutter with fuel, but it's missing. So we've just pulled the dizzy cap off, and the rotor button contacts had a lot of rust on them, and the points in the dizzy are a little bit, not the points, the contacts in the dizzy are a little bit ordinary. So we are just going to give them a quick clean. we'll pop that back on.
You can see how much crud came off it there, if you want to get a shot of that. How much crud came off of just those contact
So
points.
it's not like it's like that weird white powdery sort of stuff. So give it a clean, we'll pop this cap back on and we'll keep moving forward, but hopefully we get this thing running soon. Righto, here we go.
One. That sounded a lot healthier.
It did. It was getting a little bit to that point of defeat.
It was feeling very defeated.
We've jerry-rigged a heap of wiring in here because the alternator has an exciter wire in it that needs to send a signal to, well, that's what it looks like, but basically we've tricked a relay into doing what it needs to do. Now, let's see if we can get it running. Damn it.
Dang blast it! We're starting to get some come out of.
I don't know if it's because it's tuned or it's got a can. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Our little $500 Skyline has got more problems than we first anticipated, but one of them is not if it runs or not, because
No. I can't believe that.
it's
We pushed it out here, what, 6 hours ago?
yeah. So it's been a mission. It's been a real. It's been the hero's journey. We've had triumphs, we've had tragedies, we've had moments of self-reflection, and this was a good example, mate, of going back to the basics. Literally starting back at the start.
And just find our way through it.
Yeah. So, ladies and gents, the first step in our little Skyline project.
Will it run?
Yep, it runs. So we've got a car, we've cleaned a car, we know it runs, the clutch doesn't work, a heap of stuff doesn't work, we found more rust. But again, this is a community build, mate. So the more people that get involved, the more money we can raise through our YouTube and social media contents. And at the end of it, we're giving this away, Sheldon. Ooh. So what happens to this car from here on in, whether it gets turned into a touring car or we restore it back to a Skyline, whatever, but once we're done with it, we're going to give it to a subscriber. So if you haven't done so already, really cool. Subscribe to the channel. Sheldon, mate, did you think we'd get it going?
Honestly, I actually had faith. I had a lot of faith. I was excited by our early wins. I was excited by the progress we were making. I was excited by the fire. I was excited by the despair. But look, the results speak for themselves. And if you ever want to get to grips with this, reach out to the channel, reach out to Scott. He will take you through it. And I learned a lot today, and I'm looking forward to keeping that knowledge for the future as well. So thank you, Scott.
So, ladies and gents, until next time, don't forget, keep it real. Let's pack up and go grab a drink. I like it. Let's do it.